Hi you guys, and welcome back to Arctic RC. Today I'm going to show you some setups on this DX8 from Spektrum. This is an amazing transmitter. I will start today by showing you how to make a new model. We will start with an airplane, and the movie number 2 will be the helicopter. So let's start with an airplane. What we are going to do, we're going to turn on the transmitter, but when you turn it on, you want to hold down the scroll button as well. This allows you to get into the system setup of this transmitter. Okay, we want to choose a model, so we scroll down to model selects, and then we go down to find an available model. So for me, the model number 12 is all the models that are free are called acro. So I will take this model 12, enter, and model type. Okay, here you can see two choices, helicopter or airplane. On this video we are going to do airplane. Confirm model type, yes. Okay, now we want to add some name to this model. The name is acro, BC whatever, Boxo. Okay, that's a cool name. And then you see you have two buttons here. You have a clear button and a back button. So we take the back button like this, and we go for the wing type. Here you can see that you have wing type normal, and you have tail types. Which tail type, if you're using 2 servo for your tail, or 2 servo for your rudder. On large airplanes you will use this one. We are going to take the easy one, so we are going to have the normal one. If you're setting up a wing, you will go you will click on normal and scroll until you get to elevon. This one will make wing type. I will come back later on how to set up the servos for this one. So anyway, we want the normal. This is for 2 servos ailerons and with wire harness, so most common on all planes that you buy. That's check, and that's okay. Back. Here you have switch select, which you can put what type of channel on your receiver you want the flaps to be on, aux1 or inhabit. This one is on aux1, so let's see. Back, you have trim setup and model copy if you want to send it to someone else. The model copy will send this model to your memory card. Telemetry, okay, I'm not going to use that right now. And then we have the frame rate. This one is very important, because if you're using analog servos, you will choose the 22 millisecond frame rate choice. If your plane consists in only digital servos, you will use, okay, I'm sorry, you will use 11 millisecond choice. It also says on the transmitter, when 11 milliseconds is selected, digital servos must be used. Okay, so we go for the 22 millisecond. And you have trainer inhibit, that means the trainer switch. System settings, here you can see the system. Okay, there's nothing more here to do in the system setup. Now we want to go into the ordinary setup, and then we click back on the main screen, or we can just press the scroll button. Okay, as you can see, we are into Exo. What you want to do first, you want to trim down the heli. So you use the throttle trim all the way down. Okay, now you press the scroll button again and you can edit the function list. Okay, we want to go into the servo setups, and here you can see we have a lot of choices. Remember I told you about the wing setup. When you have set up your wing and you feel that everything is wrong with the elevator and the ailerons, then you just click down to the travel, and you choose reverse, and you go to the aileron and the elevator and you reverse those, and then your wing will function all great. Okay, also on your plane the servos need to be reversed or normalized, so that you can do in here. Yes. You have other choices. You have speed, how much speed your servos should go. This is a nice feature if you have like flaps, and you can set the flap settings. If I use the flap button on my transmitter, you can see that aux1 is moving. So I can then take the speed, I choose throttle, and I just scroll until I get to aux1, which is my flap, and I go down to normal, click the scroll button, and I can choose how long time the flaps should use to get all the way down. Very, very nice feature. Okay, back. Direction and exponential. Let's see. Okay, here you have the direction, the dual rate, the dual rate, and the exponential. You can choose by clicking aileron or use the scroll for elevator, rudder, and so on. Okay, we are going for elevator. On this DX8 transmitter we have like 3 points of dual rate and exponential. We have 0, wait a second, we have 0, and we have 1 and 2. This is, as you can see if I turn it up a bit, this is the aileron dual rate button. Okay, let's put it on 0. Let's see. Okay, now I want to make the position 1. So aileron, I go to the, and you see when I scroll it jumps over the position, so you wonder why does it do that? Because you're the one that's choosing. So I'm taking the button, position 1 and position 2. So now it's on position 1, and I want to add some dual rate for my plane, and I click, and it's now like 100, 107. Most of you guys want to go for about 75 on the first flip, or perhaps 50 if you like that, but okay, let's set 75. Okay, and if you see that if if I do like this, it will change, the marker will change and only blink on the one side. This means that you can add about, let's see, I can have 100% on one aileron and 75 on the other one. Pretty clever, huh? Okay, I will If you click the clear button, everything will go back to normal, so it's no problem. So this is how you set up the dual rate, and also the same on the exponential, which is here. So, and you also see that it tells you which switches it is. It says SW aileron dual rates. Okay, done with the dual rates, and we'll go back, and we have differentials, which you can see how it works. You can also, one more please, you don't have any choice here. Throttlecut, that's inhibit. You can choose to have Throttlecut if you're using a fuel model. You just choose what switch to use. Gear, trainer. My Throttlecut is on the trainer, so I would have been using that one. Okay, back. You have throttle curves. You can add throttle curve if you think your plane is going too fast. You can cut down on the top of the curve, or you can also adjust the starting curves. So I hardly never use this one anyway. Flap system. This shows your flaps. It says inhibit, and you have no control of this one with the wing setup that we just did. So back here you have some mixing, where you can mix aileron, rudders and so on. This one is great for those who would like to mix two servos instead of using Y harness and so on. Range tests, everybody knows how that works. It also explains a lot of how to do this test, so I don't have to explain for you. You have the timer, you can set the timer. The timer button is the black one on top of the transmitter. I'm sorry, wait a minute. It's this one. When I push this one, the timer and my timer setting will start. And to get it back to 0 again, I just press clear. As easy as that. I hardly can speak anymore. Okay, back we have the monitor. Everybody know how that work. It says, explains to you how everything works, and that all your functions are working and so on. You can see that the throttle settings is about 98%, and on the bottom it's about 129%. If I use the trim that we put down in the beginning of this setup, it will all go for 100, 100 and 100. It's about 98 on top, but when I press the button it's a bit sensitive. So okay, but we are going to have the throttle trim all the way down. So then we are done. What you need to do now, you need to bind this model to your receiver. I can also show you how to do that. One moment please. We go back, and here we have our airplane. What we want to do now, we want to turn off the transmitter like this. Here I have the receiver. This is the receiver AR 6200 with a dual antenna. I use this receiver for almost all my models because I think it's a safe receiver to use, and I have more signals for my planes and helicopters. So you need to bind this one to the transmitter and to the model that you just had. When you turn on your transmitter now, the model that will appear is the one that you used the last time. So this is a bind plug. We will put that into the battery and bind tray. They're a bit hard, so I'm sorry. Like this. And I have a 4.8 volt battery, which I just put into the bind, one of the available slots in the receiver, and you can see it starts blinking very fast. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold down this black button like this, and I will turn on the transmitter. It will blink slower until it goes solid. Ta-da! There is your brand new airplane binded to the AR6200 receiver, and all with this beautiful DX8 from Spektrum. So stay tuned for how to set up a helicopter. I'll be right back.